Malagasy Plateau is northeast of Port Moresby. It's beyond the Stanley Owen Range in the Oro Province. When they drop you off there, it's kind of like traveling back in time. When you walk into the village, you are greeted by the nationals dressed in traditional clothing, welcoming you with the song of their village. This was my fourth time to PNG, but I hadn't been there for 3 years. So I was excited to see some familiar faces and get reacquainted. The first time that I traveled to Papua New Guinea was in 2010. A colleague of mine invited me. I'm a Bible teacher by occupation, and the particular school that we go to in Numba village in the Malagasy Plateau is very remote. If you were to walk in from the airstrip in Papandetta, in fact we did that the first year that we went, it took us 12 hours to hike in. But anywhere you go in the plateau requires traveling by foot on jungle trails that are very steep at times and slick because it's raining there constantly. Teaching in the classroom, we teach probably 5 to 6 hours a day in a classroom that's made primarily out of bush materials, except for the roof, which is made out of tin. And on the back wall, there is this enormous chalkboard, maybe 16 feet wide. And throughout the day, we are filling that chalkboard multiple times. And in front of a classroom that seats probably 60 or 70 students. And these students, they are hungry, they want this knowledge, they see the immediate application of it when they go back to their villages. And so that's what we're doing during the week, from morning until evening, is teaching and discussing the Bible. Now, we were there in village for 3 weeks, and so we had 2 weekends that we were able to get out to various remote villages. The first one we went to was a village called Jarura.
We just passed through another village called Siribu. Now we're headed to Dea on our walk back to Numba, where we began yesterday. It takes about 4 hours to do this hike. And some of it is like this, in the shade, in the growth of the jungle, and some of it is out in the open sun. It gets very hot. It's got to be in the upper 80s right now and humid, so we're enjoying the shade right now. Got to keep your eyes on the trail, because you could trip over things easily.
On that first weekend, one of the team that we were traveling with went with us, and it was his first time to PNG, so it was great to see those trails and the village through his eyes, through his experience as well.
What do you think is your first trek in the bush in Papua New Guinea? What's your impressions of that?
There's nothing flat in this country. No, it was a 4-hour trip the first time. We're on our way back, but I wouldn't trade it. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful country. It's gorgeous. This backdrop you see here is just part of it. So, beautiful country. I'm glad I came. Good company too.
What do you think of the people here in Papua New Guinea?
People are amazing. The children, you just fall in love with them. So.
when we go in January, it's their rainy season, but it's in the temperatures are in the 80s, very humid, probably 100% humidity. And so it's really hard to stay hydrated. And so it is so refreshing when you come upon a river crossing, even if you're just getting across it. Sometimes we'll just wade right through it. Sometimes we cross on bridges that are really no more than makeshift logs that have fallen across the river or been placed there, and you kind of balance your way across. One of the graduates from the school who travel with us, in fact, is an integral part of our team, both in understanding the culture, translating, making sure that our needs are met because we are in unfamiliar territory. And he's right there with us, making sure that we're getting to the place we need to go, to translate for us if necessary. And he himself is dedicated, has a heart of passion for his people.
We just stopped at the top of a, well, almost to the top of a climb, so we're a little out of breath. But we wanted to stop because I wanted to show you one of my travel companions. This is Russell. Say hello.
Hello.
Where are you from, Russell?
I'm from Numba village, which is on the mountain of Papua New Guinea, and my mom comes from a village which is on the coast.
You know, when you go on a trip like this, you can't help but be changed as a result. You can't help but come away with a real profound sense of gratitude for the things that you get to enjoy where you live, simply by virtue of where you've been born, something none of us have chosen for ourselves. While we were there, someone used this metaphor, and I'm going to borrow it, that it's like you are a blue person living in a blue country and speaking a blue language, eating blue food, and you grow up in a blue culture. And then one day you move from that blue country and go to a yellow country. And you are immersed in it. You're eating yellow food. You're trying to speak a yellow language. You're trying to understand yellow culture, and you're deepening your relationship with yellow people. And though you'll never be yellow, somehow when you return back home, you can never be blue again either, because now you've been painted with both, and now you're green.